Well, hello there. Happy New Year. I am so excited to kick off the new year with a very special virtual online program called It's the New Year, Now What? I'm Carol Dockum, the CEO and founder of Beautiful Faces Going Places Women's Success Network. And I am super excited today because I have invited our success team members here at our network to share their success tips and strategies on moving forward here in 2022. They're all speakers, trainers, coaches, and industry experts in their fields, and they have so much value and golden nuggets to share with all of us here as small business owners and entrepreneurs on the must-haves and the must-dos as small business owners and entrepreneurs for business success in 2022. So I am going to kick off this presentation here, this Empower Hour, with my thoughts on the must-have and must-do. And I'm going to say leverage technology. We are so lucky and so fortunate to have the access to technology to leverage our networks, right? To be seen, be heard, be found. I always say you just never know who is going to see your message, resonate with you, right? When they hear your message online and or at in-person events, but leverage technology to gain a greater market reach. And so that is my must-have, must-do for 2022 that I want to share with you, is to leverage technology, get out there, be seen, be heard, be found. You just never know who's looking for what you have to offer as a small business owner. All right, we are going to kick this off as we go around our Zoom room here and introduce ourselves and share our must-have, must-do success tips and strategies for business success in 2022. And I am going to kick this off by passing the mic over to Tony Caruso. I want to say, talk about leveraging technology and leveraging your networks. She is a powerhouse. I met her several years ago at eWomen Network, and we are both passionate about eWomen Network as well, and platinum members. She is the founder of her signature events, and now founder of Academy for Speakers. So Tony, I'm going to pass the mic to you, and if you don't mind, we'll go around the room and each of us will pass the mic. So select someone to pass the mic to.
Awesome. Well, hi and good morning. And I'm really excited to be here. Thank you, Carol, for starting with me. Appreciate that so much. First one out. So my name is Tony Caruso. I am a recent plant to Dallas, Texas from California. So I'm one of those who are leaving California for other places. My company is the Academy for Speakers. As Carol said, I had Caruso signature events, but as we all know, 2020 crushed every event in sight. So I, did that little pivot and went towards helping speakers maximize their impact on stages. And if you don't know it now, you're on stage. I really believe, as my tip or whatever, is you need to show up on Zoom calls, on one-on-one calls, live, because we are going live again, the best you possible. And to use, like Carol said, technology. So knowing how to use Zoom, knowing how to do lighting, knowing how to make you look professional. You all look great, by the way. I have no complaints here. But as we all know, there are people that when you look at them on screen, it's like this. You're looking at their forehead, or you're looking down at them, or they're eating on screen. Just remember that you're on a stage every time you're on a Zoom call. And if I can ever help you, please, my stuff is in the chat. Give me a call. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tony.
Oh, I'm supposed to hand it off to someone else. I believe in giving it to the man in the room. So Neil, you're next.
Well, thank you, Tony. So my name is Neil Pishka, and this year actually has shifted my business. I've actually entered into a partnership with another company and went through hospitality. So I'm actually in charge of sales and marketing for Home 2 Suites here in Springdale, Cincinnati, and more hotels to come down the pipeline. For me in technology, this year I actually shifted a little bit with LinkedIn. It's something that I've touched here and there, but this year I'm actually 100% in. I've taken a lot of seminars and trainings on it, so I'm excited to work LinkedIn more than I ever have within my business. And I guess for me to pass it on to Natalie.
Good afternoon. Well, I should probably almost not do time when I think about it because we have people from all kinds of global spaces. So I'll just say hello and Happy New Year to everybody. I'm Natalie Reeder. I am the owner of A Niche of Nature, a company that I created to be the home for all things I do with nature education, health and wellness, looking at the holistic approach. I am a certified holistic health coach and aromatherapist, and I bring the value of helping you find your new you through nutrition, environment, and wellness. I help people identify those root causes of our challenges to our health and our well-being. And we look at those solutions and we put together a plan that is customized just for you. So I love working in teams. I also like working with individuals. So whatever the need is, I am here to do that with you. My tip for the year, I think we schedule our appointments, we schedule our clients, we schedule all of that. We need to make sure that we put in black and white on our schedules, in our phones, wherever we keep our schedule, time for yourself, to move, to eat, to sleep. Sleep is sometimes easier, that's when we're often done. But the other thing is make sure you're taking time even just to give yourself that mental health break. As much as we are present here and being here for each other, we also need to give ourselves that time to step away. Maybe it's just listening to books. Maybe it's stepping outside or going for a walk. Whatever it is that recharges you is so important to help you. We've talked about the Zoom issues that we get fogged up because we're online so much. That'll be a great way to help you stay fresh and clear. So that would be my tip for you. I will pass it to Maria.
Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. And I am saying hi from Asia. So it is already Tuesday for me, 1/11. And it is really, I think the ones are really a symbolic of new beginnings. And I wish everybody a new beginning, a new way of doing things and being this year. So my name is Maria Tan. I am known as the business coach for Misfits. I specialize in the business visionaries and nonconformists wanting to scale sustainably. I specialize in helping what I call the nonconformists, of course, misfits, multi-passionates, monetize not just the things they do, but the essence that they bring to the table, monetize the tapestry that makes them them. Because as multi-passionates, as women, we are living in a world right now where we don't really need to niche down. We don't need to choose one over the other because we are so multi-layered right now. We are multi-dimensional and we have to really embrace all of that. With that said, I want to leave you all with this one tip for 2022. Leverage your difference, accept your difference, own your difference to make a difference. Because when you really truly honor what makes you different, you now give yourself that grace of not comparing yourself to other people or other people's way of doing things, because you do you. In business, it all boils down to demand and supply. It all boils down to what is it that you offer. And until you can articulate exactly the difference that only you can bring to the table, the world will just see you as one of the other options in this world, and you want to be the only option for the people that are looking for exactly what you offer in this world. So with that said, I urge everybody, again, leverage your difference, monetize your difference, accept what makes you different and not compare yourself with everybody else. And most importantly, really own your difference to make a difference in this world. With that, let me pass to Carolyn.
I love that. Thank you so much. That is something that I think is so important. And I think it gives us all permission to do that very thing. So I am Carolyn Russ. I'm actually a national marketing director with the Juice Plus company. But what I like to say is I feel it's so important to have vitality and a hunger for life. And so that's my mission, is to help other people do that. I don't know how many of you choose a word for the year, but this year my word is hope/joy, because joy comes from people who have hope. And 16 years ago, Juice Plus became my hope in a capsule. And I feel like we were created for a time such as this. It's a way to fill in the gap with fruits and vegetables to create that you're not eating every day, and create a stronger immune system. Going forward into 2022, creating stronger immune systems seems to be really important. We've been through a lot of different things, and now people, Carol said, I was sick, but it wasn't COVID. And so there's a lot of opportunity for that. So how do you do that? Or how does anybody do whatever they're doing with their own business? And for me, I have identified that I love being on Zoom. I have a team all over the country, but the key is to take, how do we take, or coming up with solutions for how we take those conversations into real live conversations. Because the most important thing I think that we can do to offer value to people is develop a relationship with them so that they know how much we care. Oh, I have to pick somebody. Let's see. I'm going to pick Cali.
Thank you for sharing that, Carolyn. I love it when you talk. You have like magical words every time you speak. And hello, everybody. I am Cali Hilenberg, and I am with the company Dignified Learning as their business development representative. We are out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and Dignified Learning takes your knowledgeable expertise and business initiatives, and it transforms them into actionable e-learning experiences. The emphasis on actionable, because it's important to apply whatever you're teaching, especially with all the coaches in the room. The biggest problems that I hear on a daily basis are, I don't know how to turn my vision into e-learning, or I don't have time to. And we handle both of those pain points. We are education and e-learning technology experts that take the stress of creating your custom vision, your custom course off your shoulders. And my tip for this year, which is a little bit focused to what I do, but always focus on the content and how you are delivering it to your audience before you focus on what platform you're delivering it on. Because when you get into e-learning, the platforms cost a lot of money, and often we see people buy them before they even focus on their content, and then they're out of budget and the curriculum goes down the drain. And that's really sad, because you want to really give your curriculum and your content that oomph that makes everybody excited as you are to hear it and learn it. So that's all I have. Cali with Dignified Learning, and let's pass it off to Tara.
Thank you, Callie. I like that. Even if you're not talking about e-learning, think about your what before you think about your how. That's very, very good. My name's Tara McAfferty. I'm the owner of SOFO Solution Focused HR, and I help small businesses solve people problems. So if you are an entrepreneur looking to grow your business and add employees, I can help you with that. I think that the basics of business are important, and sometimes we get caught up in all of the great ideas that we have as entrepreneurs. And so my tip is to set a goal for yourself, whether it is a revenue goal or a new client that you want to meet or a new program that you want to complete, but have a concrete goal that you are working towards, that you can measure your progress and keep in front of you as you get excited about all of the other ideas that come along as you're working. But you know that at the end of the day, you're going to look back towards your guiding star, which is your goal for this year. So Tara McAfferty, SOFO Solution Focused HR, and I am going to pass it on to Doris.
Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. And for those that know a fellow beautiful faces going places member, Amy Erbelfeld, I just got to have brunch with her and she's on her way to Lake Tahoe, or excuse me, Lake Erie. So she's gonna have a great time. But I'm the owner of Gibbons Insurance Agency and I help Ohio and Indiana individuals, business owners, nonprofits, and I help them build and protect their dreams to make sure they get the best value in the event of a loss of life or property. But my tip for today for Happy New Year 2022, I'm quite excited, is to really make sure that you're loving on your certificate, your COIs. So if you have those centers of influence that have been great to you in 2021, maybe start off the new year sending them something that they may appreciate for 2022, and just really make sure that you're showing them how much you appreciate them and that you care. I think that those are hard to come by. And when you get several that are doing a great job, just make sure you're really patting them on the back. And it's wonderful to see you all today.
Thank you so much, Doris.
My bad, I was supposed to pass it to someone. So let me see, I'm going to pass it to Lisa.
Well, hello everyone and happy 2022. So exciting to be here and be here with this group. I am Melissa Figgins, and you can remember it's Lissa because it's Melissa without the M-E because it's not about me. So I am Lissa Figgins with Live Repurposed Coaching, and I inspire after 40 women who are entrepreneurs, coaches, business owners, or even those who are working for someone else to rethink your priorities in 7 key areas. And they all start with F, so it's faith, family, friends, your field of work, your finances, your fitness, and your fun. And let's be honest, you know, especially as women and men, life is busy and we have a lot of balls that we're always juggling. And so oftentimes we can just feel like we're running around doing all the things and not really seeing the results that we want. And, you know, so really what my intention is to help you to figure out where to put your focus in the midst of a busy life, right? Where are your priorities? But then it really goes beyond that, because we can all say that something is a priority, but how many of us have had that gap between what we know, right, or say and what we do and the results that we have? And so really my heart is to not help women just see some temporary results or say great things on paper that don't really happen in life, but to really shift your mindset from the one that got you to where you are now to the new one that will help you to get to that next level in those areas and where you really want to be, and do it faster than expected. So my goal and intention is always to inspire others to be grateful, to have faith, and to live repurposed and really be intentional with what it is that we've been called to do. Okay, and I will pass it on to Angie. Have you gone yet?
I have not. Thank you, Lissa. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Angie Snowball Thompson. My company is Living in America, and I'm a communication consultant. What that means is I help people tell their stories. I help you find the right words for the right places to reach the right people. So that happens through emails, it happens through blogs, it happens on social media. Sometimes it's your biography, any which way that you're struggling or someone you know is struggling to find the right words, because sometimes we are great talking about other people, but not ourselves. And it's always good to look outside of yourself to be able to really explain to people what you are and what you're doing. And I just really want to say thanks to Cali and Neil, because they pretty much teed me up there. Cali says, think about what you do. And I do that as well. I help you think about what and why. I always start with your why. I think that brings you to your what, takes you to your who, then takes you to your where. So I help you build these strategies to find the right people in the right places. And of course, one of the ways I do that is LinkedIn. So Neil kind of teed me up there. I give those seminars and trainings and strategy sessions on LinkedIn. And that would be my tip this year. Last year, they gained over 40 million users. So you're now actually 60 million. It's now up to 800 million users. So it is happening quickly. And if you're not putting a presence on LinkedIn, I think you could really be missing out on some high dollar and really qualified clients. So don't be afraid to get on there and look around and mine and see who you can find to build your business and support others. A lot of great partnerships on there as well. So happy New Year. And I think Betty, did you go yet, Betty? I don't think so.
No, good afternoon. It's so wonderful to see everybody. It's been a very too long time since I've been here. I'm inspired by a lot of what you say. And Carolyn, I love hope at a bottle, because I also do hope at a bottle. And Carolyn's absolutely right. You know, if those of us who are involved in healthy living endeavors, we all know that if we did not have that health, we would not be doing half of what we are doing. And it's really true. My business is called Taking the Next Level, and I incorporate Juice Plus into that because I work with people who want to get to the next level of their lives. And I've had a number of career hats on my head. I am dropping fundraising. I will not be doing fundraising consulting as I'm expanding in other areas. My Juice Plus business is now global because I have team members all over the world, which is really exciting. And it's really fun sort of handling all those time zones. So my work this year is going to be expanding my Juice Plus business, but also I'm returning to the classroom. I'm really excited. I am an academic, and it's been too many years since I've been in the classroom, and I'm going to be doing some contract work with Purdue University that ties in my global work, which is the third thing I'll be doing this year, and that is returning also probably to my global work, because if Putin does not invade Ukraine, and if you're following the news, you'll know what that's about, then hopefully I'll be going to Ukraine next January, as I received word in December that my fourth Fulbright, my application for a fourth Fulbright was approved, and no one could have been more shocked than me. But that hope in the bottle is, I am 73. And I didn't do my hair today, so I probably look awkward, Sean. But, you know, because of that hope in the bottle, I have the health to do the things. I'll be close to 75 when I go to Ukraine. Hooray. The last thing I am worried about is being 75, going to Ukraine, because I have great health. And all of us can have that, and all of us deserve to have great health. I guess my operative word this year is time, because I have bitten off more than I probably should have. It's not more than I can chew, but the thing that's going to be really critical is, what am I going to be working on this year? Old-fashioned time blocks. Old-fashioned time blocks, and being really strict. Nothing new, nothing fancy, just time blocks, and then being really strict. If I see I'm going to spend an hour in this, it's going to be an hour in that. And I have a good calendar I would recommend, and you all know this. I'm still old-fashioned. I'm technology all the way, but I've got my things, so you probably can't see it. I'm still paper. I like to write my stuff down, although I did have to acquiesce and put all my passwords into my phone, because I figured that writing them into this was really dumb, particularly when I lost it one day and I thought, oh, Lord. And then the third one is CRM. If you don't have a good CRM, get one, because we all stumble. I can see myself already getting a little mumble jumbled. And if I don't have a CRM that remind me of who I should be talking to when and what have you, and keeping copious notes. And I learned this as a fundraiser. I've seen too many CRMs that all people put into it is a name and address and a cell phone number. And if you're not putting in notes about that engagement with that person, you may not remember why you're even talking to them. And I say this in the context of working with another organization. You get hit by a Mack truck, somebody replaces you, they don't know what you did. And there are days, I don't know what I did yesterday or last week. And I don't want to walk around with that in my head. Good calendar, good CRM, time blocks. God bless you all. Have a wonderful year. Let's make 2022 rock. And it rocks if you got your health.
Thank you so much, Betty. Those were great strategies and tips. I love the CRM and the time blocking. Those are so critical, right? And I know we all have goals, dreams, and aspirations and great intentions for 2022. So get that CRM in place, time block, and stick with it, right? It is all about consistency as well. All right, we're going to continue around the Zoom room here. I am going to pass the mic over to Michelle Carper-Ruby.
Good morning. It's awesome to be here. I've been kind of incognito for a little while, and getting back on the ship. And I am a financial coach. I hang all of my financial licenses with Primerica Financial Services, and I am licensed in multiple states. My purpose is to help families and individuals and business owners make sense of their personal finances and help protect those assets that are so valuable and precious, and to help grow hope for the future. And my purpose, well, actually, I absolutely love the theme that's building here of faith, hope, purpose, understanding, having a clear vision of your why. So I'm a firm believer that if your why is big enough, you'll figure out the how. So again, the whole theme that's going on, know your why, your how will come along. But first, know why you're doing this. And my word for the year is intention. So I want to do everything with clear intentions, be intentional and purposeful in all things that I do toward a primary goal. And my outlook for 22 is sunny. So I'm a firm believer of keeping on the sunny side. And we're so inundated with negativity these days from every corner. And but through every negative thing, there is, like they say, a silver lining. And the silver lining comes from the sun behind the cloud. So, and that's kind of like knowing that your success, your purpose, your goals, getting to where you want to be is right on the other side of yes, right on the other side of that dark cloud that looks like it's not attainable. You can get there. The sun's on the other side. And I have completely lost track of who has gone and who has not. So let me scroll through here and go to, oh wait, I'm making a list. So that's how I know. Brenda.
Thank you, Michelle. When I saw your name, it took me back to the second grade. My best friend was named Ann Carper in Dayton, Ohio, and I have no idea whatever happened to her. So if you know an old lady named Ann Carper, put her in touch with me, okay? I am Brenda Aveyard, and I am a sales and business coach. I really work with entrepreneurs to help them make more money, because I find that many entrepreneurs are working really hard. They have the desire to win, the desire to make money, and they just aren't making the money that they feel that they deserve. So I help you build a value-based business and how to make more money in your business. My exciting adventure for this year is I'm reactivating Top Performance Business School, and I'm going to design modules that work actually for new business owners and business owners who haven't been able to turn their business into a profit. And it will be rolling out as an online group program. And I'm really excited to start sharing some help with some women who really want to be successful, and they're working hard, just haven't gotten there yet. So my recommendation for everyone here today is we all have big dreams and everyone's written goals. And I hope that writing the goals takes you back to evaluating what worked for you last year and the year before and what didn't work. And I really recommend that you start back at the basics of what works. Build that excitement, build your successes. And the only way you're going to know if you are successful is by actually tracking your activities, tracking your numbers. I'm big on tracking numbers. Every week you need to know where you are in proportion to your goal and what you have to do and how to break it down, because every business is cyclical. So I encourage you to start back with the basics and to start with doing things that you know work, and then venture out into your excitement of trying new things, because everything is about your mindset. So when you go out and do things that you know work, it helps prepare your mind to go out and do other things that are more exciting but a little risky. So grow this year. I didn't have a word for the year, but I think grow is a great word, and I'll just choose it right now. So it's so nice to see you. Any of you that I haven't met yet, I'd love to have a one-on-one with you virtually. I know most of you, but I see new faces today. And I would like to leave it with inviting you to attend the networking event this Thursday, because I will be moderating that networking event, and I guarantee you we're probably going to be talking about something about money. So I hope to see you there. and Happy New Year. And I'm going to pass the torch on to someone else. Oh, I know who I want to pass it to is Cheryl. I see a word, I see a name. I don't know who it is. And I'm really anxious to find out who you are, Cheryl, the mystery woman of the day.
Hello, everyone. Yes, this is Cheryl. I am faceless at the moment. I'm having trouble with my video here. I have a new computer, brand new, and I'm having some issues. But I did just join this group and I'm super excited about it. And I'm enjoying listening to everyone already this morning and getting to know people. I guess it's actually afternoon now. And I am a nurse, been a nurse for 39 years, but I'm also an entrepreneur. And so I work with Experian. We're the Smart Money Club, where we help people save money with things you're already doing, never pay retail again. And we travel very affordably. So that's the business that I do for my entrepreneurship. And I'm loving it. And I hope to be actually retired and doing that full time within about 18 months is where I'm at.
Well, that is wonderful, Cheryl. I just want to say congratulations to you. Thank you for joining our network. Cheryl just joined beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com over the weekend. So we haven't had our chance to really have our one-to-one and get to know you, Cheryl, but thank you for joining us today and sharing your background and your entrepreneurial journey that you're on. We're excited to learn more. So thank you for joining us here today, Cheryl. I am going to pass the mic over to Elaine. Elaine, the mic is yours.
So I am Elaine G. Urban. The G stands for Goodson. No, I'm not a bad daughter. I'm a good son. And I'm an urban that's urban renewal. Like I have 6 children. So I have a friend that teases me that I'm urban development. What do I do? My primary for earning income, my passion is being a memory keeper. I'm an independent consultant for heritage makers, and they have a parent company that I can also dip into and help people switch where they shop for various other opportunities. And I got to know this group through Natalie Reeder. Natalie, you're in here too, and she's my pal, and we connect with each other, and I love it, and I love her, and so I'm even know about your group because of her. So shout out to Natalie. My takeaway is fill up the love buckets. My dad passed away 2019 on his way to 93, and he lives out west, and I'm in Pennsylvania. Before I'd leave, he'd look me in the eyes and he'd say, "Is your love bucket full?" And sometimes I didn't feel like it was. And then closer to when he was going to pass away, my love bucket felt full. And so that's my big deal. I want to help people fill up their love buckets. And there's so many ways we can do it in this life. There's so many ways we can do it. And again, helping people preserve their memories. It's digital storybooking is primarily what I'm doing. But again, it's a parent company that I can plug into all kinds of other stuff. So that's me. So a word, hugs. And let's see, who do I pass it on to? Well, Natalie, have you gone?
We have Celeste and Odell that need a turn.
Okay, let's go with Celeste. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and it was nice to meet you. I am Celeste Giordano, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and I also live in northern Kentucky and around the Cincinnati area. I'm a master sales strategist and a business mentor, and I help women and men increase sales and profit through lead generation, building relationships, and accountability. I'm also the co-founder of Women of Community Impact. It's a nonprofit organization where we help organizations like Home of Hope and Street Grace, which has to do with women and children that are homeless, as well as people that are being sex trafficked. And I'm also the host of a radio show called Global Legacy and Wealth Building at WCEG Talk Radio. My word for the year is elevate and elite. And I think they go hand in hand. And again, we have to elevate our mindset in order to elevate ourselves. And the elite part is we are the sum of the 5 people we associate with. And so I think it's very important that we elevate ourselves to elite type of people, such as Beautiful Faces Going Places and all the success team members here today. I think that's very important. My word for the year, again, I said, is elevate and elite. Also, my tip for you is to fall in love with people. Whether you're a business entrepreneur, a corporation, or a direct sales team, everything in your business evolves around people. And I think that you need to fall in love with people and focus on the leads, because the leads will get you the sales. You can't get sales without leads, and you can't get leads without falling in love with people. And I just want to thank Carol Dockum for everything she does, her passion for Beautiful Faces Going Places, because this is a great group of women and men to be a part of. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Celeste. Thank you so much for your kind words. And I absolutely love your strategy tip for success in business in 2022 is to fall in love with people, right? Thank you so much, Celeste. It looks like we are going to move on to Adele. Adele, hello and welcome back to Beautiful Faces Going Places. So good to see you here.
It's good to be here, Carol. And hi, everybody. We're jumping into 2022. I think it is a place of new beginnings for all of us. I'm with a company called Lifevantage. You may or may not have heard of us. We help you heal at the cellular level. We're traded on the NASDAQ. We have 30 studies on PubMed. There's a lot of little details, but there's much more to that than that bit. I like to think of myself as a lighthouse. In this time, people are looking for solutions. They're looking for hope about their health and about their finances. And people will join your business, buy your products, your services because of you more than what you do. So I think we need to work as hard on ourselves as we do on our business. And a new thing that I've become involved in that I highly recommend is NeuroTools and the recordings. By the time we're 7 years old, our brain has all the grooves dug in it that make us who we are. And then we spend the rest of our life going, aha, aha, but how do I take care of that? As one of my mentors says, it's the stuff between our ears that gets in our way most of the time. So I would encourage everybody in 2022 to give as much time to personal development, figuring out what is throwing you off, and look for NeuroTools. A wonderful woman I'm working with is Deb Erickson from the ICANN Institute. But work on yourself so you can be that lighthouse and draw the people to you so you can help all the people you want. Odell Bowman, Lifevantage. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Adele. And you're absolutely right. There is so much that goes on between our ears. And if we can become aware of our thoughts, our feelings, and how to redirect all of that, we can certainly achieve any of our goals, dreams, aspirations coming up here in 2022. So thank you so much, Adele, for sharing that must-have, right? Yeah, wow. All I can say is thank you all so much for sharing your wisdom, your must-haves, must-dos for business success in 2022. I am going to open up the floor. We have a few minutes here that I think we can turn this into a great conversation. I am a huge note taker. I think many of you know that I love to take notes. So I have taken notes on all of our speakers here, our success team members, and their wisdoms, their golden nuggets. And I've got to say, I absolutely love all of them. And I'm thinking about, let me see here. It was, gosh, what was the one? I'm trying to think. I think it was, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank here. Oh, well, it's okay. It was Elaine. It was your message about your father, and I think it was the love bucket that really just hit me straight in the heart. And I think we do need to fill our love bucket, right? And make sure that we love ourselves first before we can love others as well and support others. So it all starts within. All right, I'm going to open up the floor. I've got so many different takeaways. I'd love for you to share your takeaways and or any questions that you might have some of our for some of our speakers here. And let's just continue this conversation because there was so much in terms of CRM, visibility, and sales and all kinds of things. And Cali, I'm thinking about your message about many of our members here in our community are interested in getting their expertise out into the world. So let's open up the floor here for just Q&A and general conversation and any takeaways that you have, or if there's something that you just said, oh my gosh, I wish I would have shared this, because that's me. I'm always thinking after the fact, oh my gosh, I wish I would have said this. So this is our opportunity. So let's open up the floor and just unmic yourself and we'll kind of take turns. I see lots of beautiful smiles.
Well, I can go ahead, Carol.
Awesome, Cali.
I feel like the biggest takeaway, and it's a message I get a lot when I talk to people, is to obviously invest in yourself, but take that self-investment and then put it back into what you do. Be really personable, be yourself. Don't necessarily have to separate those relationships from work and personal. Really just encompass who you are, and people will be drawn to you because that's the true nature of your personality and how you can help them. And I just hear that a lot. So really be investing in yourself and then use that to your advantage in your business.
I love that. At the end of the day, Cali, you're absolutely right. I think people buy you, right? I know as I've been growing and developing this network here at beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com, I have several, success team members that have said, oh, you already have a business coach, you already have a sales coach, or this person or that person. And I say, wait, whoa, it's not about that at all. It's about you getting your message, your brand out into the world. And the crazy thing is, there may be several individuals that do things that are very similar, but you know what? We all have a different language. And I know Angie is the communication expert here, but the way we deliver, and then the person, the receiver on the other end, may or may not resonate with my words, and how I run things, or my vibe, if you will. So it's just so important, Cali, as you said, to invest in yourself. Just be yourself, be an original, get your message, your value, your expertise out into the world. The right people are going to hear you, see you, fall in love with you. And those are your people, right? So it doesn't matter about competition. I always say, forget about the competition, right? It's collaboration instead of competition. So thank you so much, Cali. Anyone else?
Can I kind of like jump in here? I wanted to build on what you said, Carol. And, I think people hear this a lot, right? Be you. What is to be authentic? This is so a marketing buzzword now. But I feel like one thing that I really want to emphasize, being me really a big advocate for being a misfit and being different, is being different is not about just changing the outside. It is about us really accepting the facets of ourselves that are different from the people around us. Because at the end of the day, like you said, Carol, people buy us. So the reason why someone would go to you is not the title that you have with your name. There's so many business coaches, but my clients that come to me, they come to me because I'm different, because of the courage that I have. There's something that they don't see outside. And I do that all because I'm able to really accept the parts of me that's me, the parts of me that's different from every other coach out there, and I accentuate and amplify that, and I articulate that through every piece of your material, right? Through the platform that you choose, through your colors, through your messaging, through the way you do sales. Because at the end of the day, you cannot build a business on trying to do it like everybody else. You need to do you to build a sustainable business, because only then you can be pandemic proof. You know how a lot of businesses, I started doing business at 6, and when I started doing business at 6, this was the 90s. Just imagine, it was a world where you just need capital. To be honest, you need capital, the right timing, that's it. But now everybody has capital, everybody has time, everybody has a computer to be connected to the world. So what would make you thrive is your different take on things, is your different way of doing things. And at the end of the day, it's you being you at all levels, in the way you do sales, in the way you do operations, in the way you put, I love was it Kelly, the one that said, you have to really figure out how you're going to teach before you think of your platform. The same way that you have to go back to your why. The lady who said that why, you have to go back to that. Why is it so important for you? Why is this so unique to you? And when you figure all that, all the pieces just come to the right place, because they are you. And no pandemic can shake that off you. I had COVID in 2021 and I almost died. So really, I'm a long hauler, and still 2021 is a thriving year for me and to all my clients and also my team. And with that, I really want to encourage everybody to invest, not just in personal growth, but in really getting to know the pieces of yourself that you might feel a little bit ashamed of, maybe a little bit that you're feeling bad about. Embrace those. If you're a person that can only work 2 hours a day, perfect. Then see that as your budget. If you're a person that needs 5 hours to make a decision, perfect. That's who you are. Embrace those and you be you.
I
Can I
love
jump in?
that. I love that. Yes.
I want to kind of feed on what everyone was saying about being you. And you hear the word authentic all the time. But if you look back on all the stages and all the speakers that you've seen, there are those that just totally turn you off. And they're usually the ones like, hi, I'm so glad I'm here today. And they have that like fake used car dealership kind of way about them. And if you think about yourself and you think about when you get on these stages, whether it be a Zoom call or whatever, if you just come from a place of giving and a place where I am here to share information, and I know that my ideal client might be in the room and they're going to hear me and they're going to reach out to me. Because if you do not niche down into who your ideal client is, what do they look like? What do they do for a living? Who are they? Because my biggest thing is when I'm talking to people like, who's your client? Oh, everybody. Well, everybody can't be your client. Well, everybody needs to be healthy. Yeah, everyone needs to be healthy, but who is your client? Is it a woman over 50 who's struggling with menopause or struggling with divorce? Whatever it is, niche it down. And the more niche you are, the more your messaging, when you get in front of them, will resonate with them. So I want everyone to be really clear on who are they going after. You cannot go after everyone, because then you'll be in a circle and you'll never get clients. Niche down, find out who they are so that you can speak to them. And to be honest, if you look in the mirror, usually your client is you, because you got into this because of something that you went through. Usually you are your ideal client. So focus on that. And once you do that, your messaging will become a lot clearer, because you'll be able to talk to you. And what did you need to hear when you were in the midst of whatever that problem was? And I do want to say that I never work with a coach unless my coach has a coach. So if you are not investing in yourself to get that coaching and the mentorship that's needed, why should I invest in you if you're not willing to invest in yourself? So that's just another thing that I always look at that I think is really helpful. Thank you.
I agree with that. I think that those of us who are in networking groups, and we all are, that we know we can't go in and I totally agree, Tony, for a realtor to say, anybody who's buying or selling a house, I almost want to hand over my cell phone with all the contacts and say, well, I tell you, I have no idea, but I'm sure somebody in my phone must be. Why don't you go through them? But there's another side to this too. And we can be inspired by a lot of inspirational things. At the end of the day, we need to pick up the proverbial phone, the elephant in the room, and start talking to people. And we also need to listen. I think it was Angie who said, she used the word who. You know, we've heard this so much. If we know our not who but why, if we know our why, the results will come. One of the things that's been most helpful to me this last year that I took was ditch the pitch. Maybe some of you have heard of it. Just write those words down. I can't think of the name of the cool guy. He's an improv actor out of Chicago. He thought, what is improv? But standing on a stage and all of a sudden having to like make it up. And that's what we do. We cannot go in and meet people. And, you know, we have to kind of know what we're going to say to an extent, but we can't give a canned speech. We got to, if we first listen, they won't know what to say. And if we're listening, we're not really saying as much as we ought to be saying. We ought to be listening. And the other thing I attended is, I know we like to avoid the word sales, as it sounds so tacky, but we got to put money in the cash drawer. I mean, I think that's why we're here. And one of the coolest workshops I think I ever invented, the guy was just a cut and dried. It was a Sandler product or service, and it was a sales workshop. And he said, you know, you really do have to talk to a lot of people. You know, the person who makes the most sales talks probably to the most people. But it's how you're talking. We dodge it in so many ways. I'll send an email, I'll send a text message. I know that we don't like to call people on the phone and bother them. We don't want to do that. But we can send them a text and say, hey, probably now's not a good time to talk, but when would be? I just like to chat with you. And then and we may say nothing more than, how's it going? We haven't talked in so long, and not say a word about but it's a continued, and the fundraising is the same thing, particularly in planned gifts. Did a lot of planned giving, and you never go in to see somebody and say, hey, would you consider a planned gift for the organization? You never do that. You listen to their story, you listen to them, and you look for the opportunity, and then you're just straight up and say, could you consider a planned gift if I show you how? Could you consider just maybe looking at what I'm doing? Could you consider that if the time is right? But it's really, we got to talk to a lot of people. We got to listen.
Thank you so much, Betty. You're absolutely right. We do have to talk to a lot of people, right? We also need to be seen, be heard, be found. And that is one way through technology. I'm trying to think who shared that the playing field, I think it was Maria Tan, shared the playing field has been kind of leveled out here with our access to technology to be seen, be heard, be found in many different circles, right? Professional circles, and leveraging other people's networks and audiences, but showing up as a genuine individual with a message and a passion to give and to serve. And I know, Tony, that's your area of expertise in terms of using speaking to get your message out into the world, to a group of 50 to 100 people versus the one-to-one conversations. I think both tracks are very powerful and serve their purpose, but it's so important just to leverage technology, get your voice and your message out into the world. I think we are going to wrap up here. Does anyone have any last closing remarks?
Yeah, sorry, can I add something? I wanted to build on what was said about sales. Just
Sure,
in
Maria.
case you're feeling icky with that word, I want you to replace it with share. Share. If you have something good, won't you like sharing with your friends that, I don't know, that beautiful cafe down the road that gave you the best baguette? Then share what you do, share your message. In case you feel like, oh, I don't want to sell, don't think of it as selling. Think of it as sharing and giving an opportunity for the others to experience you at an intimate level.
I love it. Brenda.
Oh, I just wanted to say one thing. I don't know I can't remember who brought up the CRM, but I think it's really important, and it ties into what Betty said. You have to talk to a lot of people, and a CRM is so important because our brains won't hold everything that we need to do. And the CRM will actually tell you, according to which one you have, what to do that day. It'll send you an email and say, call these people. Use the tools, build your toolbox really, really strong. If you don't have a CRM, I will recommend one because it's a great starter CRM, and salespeople can use it just to track the sales and nothing else. And that is called LACRM, and it's named Less Annoying CRM. And the reason I recommend that to you is because if you don't have one, it's inexpensive. It's only like $12 or $15 a month. I've had it for years. I use it in conjunction with my bigger one, but LACRM is a great starting point. And I recommend that you do that and help your memory. We were at the store the other day and Roger bought some Prevagen or something. And I thought, oh God, I probably need it too. But the CRM will help. It will be your new brain booster. And I hope to see you all on Thursday at the networking event at noon.
Use your CRM for more than just sales. I use mine for everything. I
do too.
My nonprofit work, boards I sit on, for everything, because my calendar writes my meetings down, but I'm talking with people, and so into the CRM goes my engagement with people, and I use it for just about everything I'm doing because I go in because mine will hold everything of as many people as I want to put in there. So give your brain a break. Overload your
What CRM do you use though?
Like CRM, customer resource management, I think.
Yes. It's customer relationship management.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. I mean, look, the thing is that a good CRM, the one I use, I mean, in the beginning of CRMs, they were put together by engineering type of people who didn't really know the work that we were doing. Like some of these fundraising ones, oh my God, they never raised a dime of their life, or they would have put so they have really now, I said, if you're going to build a CRM for a business, would you please have something in the business tell you what we need to know? And so the ones now are just very simple products. They're intuitive. It doesn't require, we hired a consultant to say, show me how to use they're intuitive, they're simple. And folks, it'll give you more afternoons than you probably need to go on boat rides, because we're going to be busy. So you've got to make sure that you build into your next year time for you
I'd really love to know like your suggestions of intuitive CRMs, because my CRM is very old school. It's just an Excel sheet and I put in all the data there because I've never found something simple.
Yeah.
I put a link for one inside the chat called Contact Mapping. It's got a free and a premium version, even has a digital business card. So we're not seeing each other as often. We don't have to, Vista print away, but you've got a nice way you can digitize it. I love it. I love it. And it's got ongoing trainings that you can be part of. So they're constantly giving you support and resources.
Mine is
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. I think we've got several different CRMs that I think will be beneficial. I will be sure to share those CRM suggestions as we wrap up. I will share those in the link below. And I don't know why I've got a little bit of a feedback here, but anyways, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us for this fantastic, it's a new year, now what? I think you've heard from the best of our success team members here at beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com. And I hope you found some golden nuggets to help you with your business success in 2022. Please visit beautifulfacesgoingplaces.com for upcoming events, including all of our virtual networking events and opportunities to be seen, be heard, be found. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous new year. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Happy New Year. Happy
New Year's
New
blessings.
Year. Happy New Year to you.